What is the best security system that you can have for your house? One of those guys right there. They're gonna let you know if something's up.
Hey everybody. So the point of this video is, do you have a plan? Do you practice for when stuff goes bump in the night? Now, I was thrust into action, and I'm using that as an exaggeration, but I did have to draw my handgun on Tuesday night. Backstory. So, I live in a gated community, and there's a road that goes around the community, around the perimeter. And my dog does not bark in the middle of the night. And he was barking at 3 in the morning on Tuesday night. Now, I swear I was going to make a video like this on Tuesday because in the Patriot games, we had to do an event which was called Suit Up. And that was your plate carrier, your belt, your stuff was in a bin, and you had to get it on as quickly as possible, as quickly as you could, and it needed to be done properly. And so I was going to kind of elaborate on that, but I didn't. I ran out of time. And then, go figure, Tuesday night, my doorbell rings at 3 in the morning. So the dog doesn't bark in the middle of the night, but he started barking at 3 in the morning on Tuesday night. And we kind of heard a sound, so I opened our bedroom door, and I thought I heard like a high-pitched type sound, and it was kind of like if your kids left a toy on in the batteries and it started glitching out. And if you know, you know. But so I just got my head slightly out the bedroom door. Scout is right there with me, and I didn't hear anything. And then all of a sudden, our bell rang in quick succession 3 times. I was like, who the hell is ringing our doorbell at 3 in the morning? Now, my neighbors in the cul-de-sac know that my wife and I are both nurses, and if there is an emergency, I'm sure that they would come knock on our door. So I thought that was my first thought. So I put on a pair of shorts, and I put on a t-shirt, and I went downstairs. Now, when I come down the stairs, we have plantation shutters, and the top halves are open so that we can see out. And that's kind of not on purpose. It's just so that we don't live in such a closed off box. So, little light. Now it's dark. I can't reenact it appropriately because it's bright out here. But I look down the stairs, or look outside, and I see a figure walking from my house to my neighbor's house. And in the 5 seconds that I saw him, I got an accurate description. I said mid-20s, black t-shirt, red basketball shorts, socks, and his slips were in his hand. So this person was not from the neighborhood. This was not a normal meet and greet of any kind. So I was already downstairs at this point looking, and then he went around my neighbor's garage to their front door. So I asked my wife for my cell phone, but I ran back upstairs to get my handgun out of the safe, my bedside safe. I put in the code properly, and it unlocked, but the top didn't come up. So this is thing number 1 that I learned overnight, that I need to either fix my safe or get a new safe because it didn't work properly, and seconds matter, when seconds count. So I had to use a credit card to kind of lift the lid up to get access into my safe to get my handgun. Came back downstairs with my phone, and I'm calling 911. And then this is thing number 2 that I learned. I live maybe 2 miles-ish from our county line. But when I called 911 from my house, I was to the 911 dispatcher from the county to the north. So that's a big thing, because I called and I said, hey, there's a suspicious figure outside. It's ringing doorbells, and we need the police to come and see what's what. I did not go outside. So she said, there's a fire in the area. Maybe this person is alerting you to the fire. It's like, well, that doesn't make sense at all. But okay. So then she said she was going to transfer me to the proper dispatcher. So I did. They transferred me, and I talked to that 911, gave them my address, and I said what was up. I gave them the description of the person, and they said, okay, we're going to send the police. So then I called the gatehouse, because it's manned 24/7, and I said, is there a fire in our neighborhood? Like, what's going on? And he said, no, but there's about 6 fire trucks that went on the perimeter road outside of the development, and they went up there not that long ago. So I said, has anybody walked through the gate? Because you can walk through, you just can't drive through without stopping. And he said no. I said, all right, well, I called the cops because somebody's here ringing doorbells. And just as he said that, or just as I said that, the police were coming through the gate. Now this is a matter of 2 or 3 minutes. And so the police started coming down the road, and when I looked back outside, this person was walking out from a neighbor's house into the cul-de-sac. The police saw him, and they put their flashlights on him, and then they started talking to him, and then they put him in the cop car, and they took him away. So that's what happened. I learned 2 valuable things, and then I did one thing absolutely correct. I need a new safe. I need to call the correct 911 dispatcher, and then do not go outside. Because once you go outside, it's a whole different legal aspect. You're not protecting your house anymore. You're not protecting those within. You're out there looking for trouble. So I did not go outside. Turns out what happened was, on this perimeter road, it's 1 lane, and then an 8-foot median or so, and then another lane. The car was driving the wrong direction at 3 in the morning, and it lost control, it flipped, and it exploded, burst into flames. The driver and the passenger were fine, but the passenger, the one who was in the neighborhood ringing the doorbells, hopped, scaled a 6-foot concrete wall that we have on the perimeter of our community, and somehow walked like 1,000 yards down to this cul-de-sac and started ringing on our doorbells. But he was a foreign person. We didn't recognize him, so I'm not going to answer the door. I'm not going to let him inside. But by the time he rang my doorbell, he had moved on. And the driver of the car ran away. He wound up getting arrested probably about 24, 36 hours later. And the person who was ringing our doorbells, nothing happened to him, and that's fine. Now, if he was visibly injured, that would have been different, but he wasn't. And so I learned 2 valuable things from this little event, and I think I did okay, but I know that I can do better. So it's really beneficial to have this real world experience and kind of modify how I would do things. Do I want to have a plate carrier upstairs in my bedroom? And that's pretty extreme, but maybe I do. So I don't know, do you practice your bump in the night situation? Let me know down below. Like and subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section below. We'll see you in the next video.